Nice. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the June Product Showcase. And we've got our good friend Sean Mulhern here today, the COO of GloveBox, and he is here to present. And he's also going to show off a very special talent. So we're very excited about today's presentation from Sean Mulhern. Very nice. Love it. One of the exciting parts of today's showcase, we're actually going to be spending a little bit of time with my brother, my little brother, Andy Mathisen, who formerly was with GloveBox, and now he is helping to bring a brand new agency technology to market here in the States that is very exciting out of Denver. It's called HomeBot. And so he's going to be showing off a little bit of that product. It's actually not even available yet. It'll be going into a very specialized beta next month, but we thought it would be really nice to show it to our current customers. And Andy will be selecting some few agencies to run through a beta kind of demo of it. But I'm excited for you guys to see it because if I had it when we were at our agency, we would have 10x'd. It is awesome. So I'm excited for him to show you that. So we've got that special segment today. But let me do this. Let me share my screen. Oh, let me make sure I'm on the right screen because I don't want to show you guys that yet. There we go. Perfect. We always have some surprises. All right, quick zoom. Can you guys see my screen okay? Awesome.
Yes.
All right. Here with me today, we've got John and Carlos, who are my right and left hand on the product side of the house. These guys are our product rock stars. Again, Sean Mulhern, our Chief Operating Officer. And then we have, as always, Logan Willis, one of our customer success managers. And all around Swiss Army knife. This guy can do anything and everything. And then Nick Ayers, who chose not to turn his camera on today. I don't know if he got a bad haircut, but we'll get to the bottom of that. And then I know Kristen and Brett are going to be joining here shortly. So blow up the chat, and we'll get this thing kicked off. General announcement. We are actually going to be moving the product showcase. I'm going to make this bigger. There we go. We are going to be moving the product showcase to quarterly instead of monthly. We want to make this a bigger event. We want to make it kind of a seasonal event. We really, really want to make sure that this thing is power packed, brings value. We can show all of the new products we're bringing to market, all of the new enhancements. So we'll probably make it longer than an hour, just because we will have so much stuff to run through and demo and show. But we really want to make sure that this thing packs a punch and show. So we are going to move it to quarterly so that we can really bring the value for you guys and you can get the most out of it. So after this product showcase, the next one will be in 3 months. So look for all the marketing on that. And we're going to have a ton of stuff to show on the next one. So I'm really excited about that. But we've got a ton of stuff to cover today. So let's jump into the agenda. First things first, Sean is here to run through a website deep dive. Now, in the past, we've talked about how important it is to add the client portal to your website. That is great, but that's only a piece of the puzzle. And so what we're seeing when we're auditing our agency's websites is that there is a lot of cleanup that we can do. And Sean is here to present and show you why and how that's really going to drive your customers into your funnel so that we can bring them through your workflows accordingly. That just creates much higher levels of efficiency, much higher use of your self-service tools, and really saves your agency's time to obviously be working on higher level things. So Sean's going to jump into a deep dive there, which I'm really excited about. Again, second piece, we're going to pass it over to Andy Mathisen. He is going to do our partner technology spotlight. And he is going to be unveiling some of the stuff that they are building over at HomeBot, which is some incredible tools. Again, it's not live yet. It's going to be in beta next month. And they're going to be selecting I want to say 5 to 6 agencies, but I don't want to put words in his mouth, to be able to pilot some of this new technology on the marketing side of the house. So we'll show you a bit of that. Thirdly, we're going to talk about how you can wire up Policy Assist to your existing CRM. So that it can automatically ingest the Policy Assist emails that we're sending and create a ticket inside of those service pipelines. So we're going to talk about how easy that is to do. You can do it right now. It takes 2 seconds. You don't need You don't need an engineer to come in and wire this stuff up. So we're going to show you how to do that, so you can connect those dots, which will be really nice. We're going to run down some of the product updates. Tons of new enhancements to talk about. We've made some updates to Policy Assist as we continue to kind of groom that product. We took a lot of your feedback from the past 30 to 60 days, and we've implemented a lot of it. So we continue to kind of refine that product. So we're going to talk about those and then some other things that we're excited to show you. And then lastly, this next 3 months, guys, is going to be a really, really big product release quarter. We have a lot of large products that are going to be coming to market. So I want to make sure that we're positioning these well for you guys so that you clearly understand, hey, how are these products going to go live? What does it mean for me? And how you can get the help that you need with our customer success team with training. Okay, so we're going to run through some of this stuff. I want to make sure that we clarify all of that. So perfect. That is today's agenda. First and foremost, I'm going to pass it over to Sean, and he's going to do the website deep dive. And I will stop share. Go ahead.
Sure.
Yep.
Let me get mine going. Wrong one.
Oh, that's my headshots. Whoops. Sean's trying to become a model, so he got my headshots.
Trying? What are you talking about? It's my 9 to 5. All right, cool. Like Ryan said, we're going to jump into some updates, some details on websites. It's something we've talked about a lot as we've onboarded agencies. You've probably seen emails with us reaching out, but we've got more statistics now to kind of be leaning into and really a better understanding of what drives success with the GloveBox platform, but more broadly speaking, what drives success with your agency. So we've got a few tips and tricks in here. A nice little giveaway that we want to give you guys if it's something that you want, but I'll run through this pretty quickly to give enough time for the huge product updates and the exciting stuff as well, because we can dive a little bit deeper into this directly with your CS rep. So here's some strategies. You guys have heard us talk about this, maybe in marketing, maybe on calls, but this is your digital storefront. Your website is the digital storefront. So we want to jump in to see how we can actually drive some results with that. So let's start here. What do clients expect? Just think about your normal day-to-day life. Take yourself out of being an agency owner for a minute. Pretend that you're a policyholder or you're just servicing any of your own accounts at your bank, your credit card. People expect one place to log in, one spot to go manage your stuff, not a bunch of different places to get, navigate it down and jump through hoops. So for an agency, your clients are expecting to pay bills, get ID cards, request documents, submit service requests, the simple things, right? So a website without a clear login button, it's like a store with no front door. Your clients don't know how to get in. We can dive a little bit deeper to see how this impacts your workflows, but this is exactly why GloveBox was built. But your website setup, it's either fueling your success or it is holding you back. And I think once we jump in, you'll see exactly what we mean. So I'm going to real quickly jump into a common agency site. Most agency sites that we look at, they have very similar components to them. So as I jump through this, again, I'll go pretty quickly, but just think of yourself as a policyholder. Can we pay a bill? Can we do service requests? Can we do anything really? And to maybe frame this a little bit further, there are two types of calls that your agency gets. And thinking about it from the agency side and the policyholder side. There's tier 1 level requests. These are things like those auto ID cards, those bill pays, things that should be self-service, that clients want to self-service. Those are the calls your clients don't want to call you for. And on the flip side, your staff doesn't want to field those calls. They didn't go get licensed and you aren't paying them to take bill pays, to take document requests. These are those tier 1 requests that GloveBox can handle really well. Then you've got your tier 2 revenue generating activities. These are the things that you want your staff doing, and these are the things your clients want to call you for. Questions about claims, questions about coverage. What's an umbrella? Do I need cyber insurance? How do I get these things done? Am I am I underinsured? Do I need to do a reshop? So let's hop into just a random site. I picked someone that's not a current client yet, but hopefully the sales team is all over this one and reaching out to them because we can help. But again, if I'm a policyholder, we're making one assumption right now, that the policyholder even remembered the agency's website to get here. If this is after hours, during the day, if it's on the weekend, do they even remember your agency's website to get to it? So first step, if they do, That's a win. But if I'm coming here to try to get something done, you've got all sorts of different buttons up here that you can click on, 2 different links, Peak 360, what even is that? Contact us. So it's not a clear come on in here and get things done. Like if you went to your bank, your credit card, you're going to see a login here, a client portal button right at the top. But if I'm coming here to get service, I'll just click on their support. Here's the options. So we've got billing, we've got claims, we've got a lot of different options. I'm just going to click through a couple of them. If I want to get an ID card, it's a basic service form. Name, email, phone, some other information, and a text box. All this is doing is putting an email back in your queue to get things done and get back with the policyholder. If someone needs to make a policy change, same thing. No one's got their policy number anyway, so they're just going to put their name and email in here and then what they need to get done. This is just going to kick off the email communication back and forth with your staff and your clients. So if I filled this out on a Saturday, your staff's probably not getting back to it on a Monday, with their full inbox. Then they're going back and forth through email. I'm back at work. It's going to take 2, 3, 4 days to get something done. And the big one that really highlights this point, if I just want to pay my bill, we're going to come here. They've put a little bit more effort here, but they're just listing their carriers. So the second hurdle to jump through here is if I even got to the website. Second, do I even know what carrier I've got? I'm sure you guys get the question. We got it all the time at our agency. I thought I was insured with Associated Insurance, not Progressive. No, we're the broker. We placed your insurance there. But so let's just assume they somehow knew that they were with Acuity, by some miracle. Now we're just routing them back off to Acuity, and website, links are here, claims are here, billing here. But if I go pay my bill, they've now left your store. They're on Acuity site. Acuity could cross-sell them, upsell them, and the first thing they see is a login. Again, they're not setting up this login. They've probably never set this up. Maybe they want to make a payment without logging in. Let's say they want to go sign up or make a payment. They're going to have to pick personal or commercial, and the very first question they're going to get asked is, what is your policy number? This is the standard flow with all insurance carriers. So again, this third hurdle, which is the biggest one, is what's your policy number? I don't know, raise your hand if you know your policy number off the top of your head.
You would be sick. You would be a sick individual if you know your policy number. Yeah.
So what this is doing is, again, the client has to get to your website. They've got to figure out how to get to their carrier site. Then they've got to find out what their policy number is. And by this point, they're frustrated, they're angry, they're irritated. Imagine if you had to do this on anything that you service, in your day-to-day life. You're going to be annoyed and a little irritated. And so what they're ultimately going to do is come back here and contact the team, phone or email. And again, if this is after hours of the weekend, they're not getting anything done anyway. So they're a little bit irritated. So again, I'll come back here. Clients can't really do a whole lot. So the root cause of this problem is that insurance is just a mixture of these scattered client journeys, these different workflows. We only went through a couple of them. So bill pay, get routed to the carrier. I need my policy number. I call or email you. What if it was an agency bill? Maybe they knew their carrier, they go to the carrier site, but it's actually agency bill. I needed to get to your ePay policy, your Ascend, whatever it might have been. I need an ID card. I can't find it. Call you. Same flow everywhere. There's a mix of these carrier workflows that the policyholder can execute on, but there's also a mix of your agency workflows. Hey, I need to request a quote or service. You saw those forms on the site. They're not very robust. They're not going to take in all the intake data that you need to actually execute on a service request, because it's just putting name, email, phone number. Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, and they also create requests that should have been self-service in the first place, like an ID card, like a document, like a policy number, things like that. You're 2x, 3xing the work, because you're just saying, here, fill this form out for whatever you might need. And it's like, okay, that's what I'll do. And you're just perpetuating the work. All you're doing with this. You're not even giving the clients an option to get it on their own. And that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. And when it comes to getting a quote, I always like to use this example. If it's Saturday and I'm buying a car, the guy selling me that card is just going to go, why don't we just get you to Geico? It's 15 minutes. We'll get you a new policy. I want to get off the lot. I want to get home. I want to get out of here. So when we create this friction, this really does two things. It creates a poor customer experience, which is not helping your retention. You're not getting referrals. Clients are calling you frustrated and angry. And on the flip side, it's causing this operational efficiency. So the core here is that the issue with most independent agencies, it's not how much service that your team is having to handle, it's the path that the clients are being forced to take to get this help. So without that clear digital entry point, without a login, there's no context. The client has no idea what policy they're looking at, what workflow they need to go down. So without that context, they can't actually take any action. So the only option really is to call and email you. So if you want to reduce calls and you want to reduce phone emails into your team and make them more efficient and engage your policyholder more, your technology has got to guide the policyholder down the workflow that they need at the right time. That is a premium client experience. That is what's going to separate agencies. So a bit about the impact. This one's pretty obvious. CSRs are flooded with repetitive tasks that they don't enjoy. This crushes their morale. You know, we had an agency, we saw it. The CSR role is a tough role to be in. You're getting called and emailed all the time for things. This is just a tough place to work. It takes them away from the revenue generating activity that you want them working on. They don't have time to call and be proactive on reshops or account rounding because they're getting, you know, Logan's auto ID card for him. They're grabbing a document. They're taking his billing. You know, thinking of it as a different way, it's like Logan calling me to say, hey, can you buy this for me on Amazon? Here's my credit card. Logan would probably prefer to do that on his own. So again, what this creates in the agency, lower efficiency, burned out staff, frustrated clients, and the cycle, as Ryan said, it just continues to perpetuate itself until you get your front door fixed. You've got to get that door front and center on your storefront, and you've got to navigate people where you want them to go, and they will naturally start to self-service because it's the preferred option. So what's the solution? It's pretty simple. Transform your agency website. The best part about it is it's actually quite easy to do. It's very easy. Our team is getting very adept in exactly what edits and enhancements need to be made. We can actually get with your website team directly, suggest those edits and work with them directly so it takes them off your plate. But the platform's ready. It's sitting here ready to go. You know, but again, it's only going to work well. You're only going to get the maximum engagement if you work it effectively. So what does it look like? What are some of these simple updates that need to happen? I already hit on a couple of them. You need one login button. Don't have multiple logins on here. Don't put your ePay policy link on the outside of the store. You know, it's like walking up to a building with no door and something says, give me money. For what? You know, it's just confusing. Keep it at the top right, clear. It's consistent. That's where logins are on almost every site you ever go to. Make it easy. Don't put the carrier links and service forms there. You want the client coming into your platform to then navigate to the carriers. And then all the workflows, you know, all those service workflows for getting an ID card, paying a bill, I need to request service. That happens inside your store because you now know what the person has and how you want them to service on a particular piece of business. So here's just a simple example. Simple client login. Client hops in here. They need to service. They've got all these options with customized flows with Policy Assist, which Ryan's going to share more about later, where we can actually collect the information for what you need to execute on. So you don't have 2, 3, 4, 5 emails that take a week to go back and forth with. And then on the quoting side, the exact same thing. I know Ryan will share more about that as well. So why does that even matter? Is this really that important? You guys are busy, but really the numbers that we have internally are, you know, they're almost comical. You know, when you put them together, it is the foundation that makes everything else works. You see over double the adoption. Agencies that implement GloveBox on their website, the way that we take them through this with our checklist, they see over double the adoption, which is massive. They see more than 2x the amount of bill pays going through their system. They see 125% more service and quote requests and document views. All of these things are phone calls, not to your agency. All of these things on the flip side are a better client experience. Your client's in, they're out, they're on their way. So we even have a crazy stat. It's about 4% better retention for clients who verify their account in your agency portal within GloveBox. They retain about 4% better than the policyholders that don't. So those numbers are pretty telling. So a couple of just quick kind of case studies to kind of highlight 2 agencies. I know one of these agencies is on the call here today. So this is one agency just kind of hiding the names. They have 16,500 clients. They have 14,000 users because they have optimized their website and they've optimized some of their internal processes for how clients can engage with them. I'm not incredible at math, but I think that's pretty good. 80, 90%, something like that, 75, 80%. I don't know, something there. Logan can help me. The annual revenue back to the agency in terms of cost savings from document views, from bill pays, from quote requests, 690 grand. This is what their clients are doing in the last 6 months. 7,200 interactions, and I just listed a few of them right here. Document views, 4,800 documents viewed, 1,800 bill pays, 280 referrals. Even if you
Yeah, they're getting 47 referrals a month.
it's wild. That's more than most producers generate.
Yeah.
If you're closing half of these, it's wild. It's impressive. Again, all with just simple tweaks. This is one that is relatively new and honestly really exciting. This agency had a goal to increase self-service bill pays. They did not want the bill pays coming into their team. We optimized their website and a single flow for how they onboard their clients. In February, when we started the process, they had about 216 bill pays going through the platform. By May, 353. Not quite, but getting close to almost doubling it in 2 months. This is just starting to onboard it. So watching where these metrics are going to go to over the next 6 months and a year is dramatic. They're just going to get to a place of operational efficiency to just continue to grow. What we are going to be doing, feel free to comment, drop your name and email in the chat. We'll be doing a free website audit for you if you want it. We'll jump onto your website. We'll take a look at everything on there. We'll line that up to what we think needs to be done to really make sure that you are, digitally ready, to be a digital agency and really implement these things. And we will send you, those details. So drop your name in. We'll get that done for you guys. And then last, just a simple quote from a very, very smart person here. A clear entry point is essential. Without it, potential clients may never engage with your business. So this is how people operate now anywhere else. You can't think of anything that you don't do this way. So, we'd love to be a partner with you guys on getting your websites enhanced and make it not feel like what can be a daunting process. It really is super easy to make some of these tweaks, and the impact is big. So that's all I got for you. Back over to you, Ryan.
Nice. And one of the other things I would mention real quick before I pass it over to the next point is if you came to us from a legacy portal like an InsureLink, a CSR24, a Client Center, but you still have those on your website and ours, that is the most confusing thing you could ever do for a customer. They have no clue where to log in. And we see that consistently. So that's a big one. If that's a real low hanging fruit if you have multiple portals on your website. That is extremely confusing. So awesome. Sean, very valuable. Thank you, sir. We'll circle back to you later to see your talent for the dance portion of the meeting. Awesome. Let me pop back in here and move on to this one. Perfect. Okay. One other thing we wanted to mention today is adding GloveBox to your hold recording. Nick put out an incredible video like 2 weeks ago, just randomly screening agencies' hold process when you call them, and it was brutal. The phone trees, the full voicemails. It was amazing how hard it is to navigate people's phone trees. And it's not your fault. It's just the nature of how things work. But if you're a customer, that is frustrating. So I highly, highly recommend, and this is a big correlation to what Sean just talked about, is adding this statement to your hold messaging. For faster service, log into your account from our website at www. And be sure to download our mobile apps for service on the go, right? You will alleviate so many inbound phone calls and people trying to navigate your phone trees. But not only that, you're going to teach your customers, because once they do that once, they're going to do it again. And then they're going to do it again. And then they're going to stop calling you so much because they're going to be able to self-service. So this really correlates well with setting the website up for success. Is directing your clients on your hold. Hey, you don't have to hold with us for 20 minutes. You don't have to go through this phone tree. You don't have to leave us a voicemail. You can get faster service if you go log into your account on our website. Go download our mobile app. So again, teaches your customers those future interactions. This leads to less service, happier clients, and more revenue, right? Which is why we're here. That is literally the mission statements of GloveBox. Less service, happier clients, more revenue. It's very simple. So again, think about these pieces. These are very simple tweaks, but we're here to help. So definitely use our team as a resource. All right. To keep things moving, I'm going to pass it over to a GloveBox OG, Andy Mathisen. Again, my little brother, not my big brother. He's my little brother. So and I know he loves when I say that.
Not every time. Yep.
Every time, man. So welcome back. And he is going to give us a little bit of a sneak peek on some brand new technology that he is running point on out of Denver, Colorado, called HomeBot. So Andy, it is all yours.
Nice. Appreciate that. Thanks so much. And good to be back in this format. Anytime I get to chat with the GloveBox crew and get in front of the GloveBox clients is always a good day. So good to see you all. If you don't know me, my name is Andy Mathisen, as Ryan mentioned, former co-founder of GloveBox, and just really interested to kind of introduce a new product to the insurance industry, specifically the independent channel. So I'll just take about 10 minutes or so and kind of chat through what's coming for you all in the form of this future technology. It's a platform that you may know already. It's very popular in the lending and real estate space. It's a tool that lenders specifically have promoted a lot over the past 10 years. And what they are doing over here at HomeBot is allowing me to be the liaison between their product and the insurance industry by introducing it and bringing this product now to the independent channel. So I'm excited to do that for you all. As Ryan kind of alluded to, we are still in a pilot phase where we're actually not even bringing the product out just yet. We're bringing in a handful of agencies to get into the tool and start working it into their system to give us the proper feedback that we need to build this out the right way. But I will say this, from everything I've seen so far and what it can do for you, I think you're going to be pretty impressed. I wouldn't have joined a team like this if I didn't think so. And so let's kind of jump right into the specifics here. So what HomeBot is going to allow you to ignite your client engagement specifically. How do you communicate to your current clients, your insureds, and your ex-states, your prospects that you didn't win, that you want to keep in touch with? And how can you use your current clients and your ex-states to help your professional network and in return get leads back into your system? So we're going to kind of cover all of those pieces, okay? So if I could, let's kind of just get this presentation kicked off by talking a little bit about what client engagement is today without HomeBot. Right now, you don't have a great reason to keep in touch with your current clients. Insurance agents just typically have an uphill battle in staying connected with your clients in between the term of your policy that the client has with you. So, maybe it's your birthday messages, your holiday greetings, your upcoming annual review messages that you're sending out to your clients. There's just not a great reason for clients to hear from you during the term of their policy. So, really wanting to bring another opportunity for you to send a valuable touch point to your clients. And that's what HomeBot is going to do for you. It's going to be a valuable tool that will give you a chance to reach out to your clients. And this is a chance for me to start by saying that a home digest email is a very intriguing reason to reach out. So what you would essentially do is silo your current clients into a bulk upload, and I'll show you that in a moment, and your ex-states in a separate bulk upload where you would be giving them access to their home digest. So if they're a homeowner, they have a home policy with you, of course they are, they're going to be receiving this welcome email that's going to be introducing them to HomeBot. And I won't go over the specifics of what that reads. You guys know all how to read, but this is going to be introducing them to a tool that will allow them to start receiving a monthly home digest report. It's a very simple email that basically says, hey, your new home value estimate is ready. Click here to see your value, and they will click in. And the reason I know they will click in is because we have statistics that tell us that. The statistics read that over the past 8 years, we've been sending out 475 million emails, and each and every month, our open rates are stellar at a 75% open rate each and every month of those 475 million.
I open it every single month. I've opened it every single month for 5 years. You can't help it. You have to open it.
It's so good.
And it's silly to say it's exciting, but who doesn't want to know the value of their home, right? It's interesting. It's interesting. And so of those 75% that are opening the email, 35% are actually going to do something with that. They are going to engage with that email. And what that means is they're ultimately going to open up what we call the home digest experience. I'm going to show you specifically in a moment, but essentially it's going to be that client's dashboard to open up, obviously the value we talked about on the front end, the financial insights that they might be curious about and look forward to, that will end up connecting them to their previous loan officer or their previous real estate agent that we know have that they had on record with us. And so I will show you what that looks like in a moment. And
So
then
Andy, that's the mortgage broker and the realtor that did the transaction on that property, right?
precisely. So
Yep.
you are essentially giving out a free tool to your clients, to your insureds, that will also help your the lender that they worked with in the past and the realtor that they worked with in the past. And I'll talk about what that means for the other professionals in just a moment.
And everybody knows, if they know our story, how much we relied on lenders. So
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
why this is so awesome. Yeah.
that's correct. So you're going to be helping your lenders and your realtors, whether they know who you are or not. They will know who you are after you give this tool out. And again, I'll mention that a little bit deeper in a moment. You will have access to your own dashboard because, of course, that's going to be important when you want to ultimately upload clients, track their activity. What are they doing in that dashboard of their home digest, being able to add manually or through a bulk upload. You're going to be able to identify those insureds or those clients of yours who are actually doing something of value, meaning maybe they're poking around on our home search and they're curious in other properties. Well, that's an opportunity for you to turn around and give your real estate agents a lead, whether that's the person they worked with in the past or someone you trust and know and like and want to give business to. And we'll talk about that as well. So we're creating opportunities, and now we're kind of reverse engineering the real estate ecosystem, which in the past has always been real estate agent that sends a lead to a lender, that sends a lead to an insurance agent. Well, now we're the insurance agent. We're sending a lead to a real estate agent or a lender. We're reverse engineering the cycle of referrals, which is super freaking cool. We've never had that leverage before. The other things you can do inside this client engagement platform from the agent side is create cool videos that's going to allow you to promote this tool. You'll have landing pages that you can socialize to your clients and your other professionals, your professional network, and just being able to communicate to clients and exstates in a different way. One super cool feature within that client portal that you're going to have is a feature called Partner Intel. This is really slick, guys, and I'm going to go deep into this in just a moment. But essentially, you're going to be able to monitor and research lenders and real estate agents based on their individual transactions. So wanting to say, hey, I have my 10 lenders that I work with. I want to make sure they're sending me all the business they say they're going to send me, and I will be able to see that through this system. And I'll show you here in a moment what that looks like. But basically saying I can look up my current lenders and see their transactions, or I can research new partners that I want to work with and give me a good reason to reach out to them because I know they're doing business. And another feature that is super cool about this Partner Intel is when you upload your client list, it is actually going to tell you who you have done business with in the past. And it's also going to say, hey, loan officer John Smith, you have 5 mutual clients. That's really cool. So when I upload my list, it's going to say, hey, lender John Smith, you have 5 mutual clients with John Smith. Now you should go get more mutual clients with him. The other thing it's going to do is when I upload my client list, it's going to automatically email John Smith, the lender, and say, hey, John Smith, me, the insurance agent, I'm sending this free tool to our mutual client, and you're going to get more business because of it. You're going to get activity history and updates when our mutual client is doing something of value.
So Andy, if I uploaded my client list, it's going to show me the realtor and the mortgage broker on every single one of those clients' property transactions. And then from there, I essentially have a full database of potential referral partners that I now have a reason to go touch. Hey, we have a mutual customer. We should work together. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start this drip campaign to our customer, our mutual customer, and it's going to keep us front and center month after month for all of their financial needs, not just insurance. And now we can cultivate leads together. But by the way, I want all of your transactions as well. So by
Correct.
doing this, now it gives you the upper hand in the relationship to say, here's what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
as opposed to just having your hand out and saying, "Hey, give me leads," right? Which was how it's been in the past.
You'll essentially rise to the top as a legitimate insurance agent partner versus just someone who knocks on their door every week, right? Now you are someone who is of value to their revenue every day, every month, every year. So now you're providing them true leads that are going to close because you see the activity that your mutual clients or clients that you want to get in front of them are doing. So what you're viewing right here on my screen, this is the client side. So again, I'm getting my monthly email. I'm clicking in. I'm getting this home digest. I can see the trajectory of my home value over the years and months. I can fine tune that if I need to based on current appraisals I might have had. I know a better value than we do. I'm not going to go over every individual module, and a module is what every box you see here, but basically you're providing them real estate insights, financial insights, and reasons for them to be interested in their current property and future properties. HomeBot is also a real estate brokerage. We don't like to promote that very much, but we do like to say that we have MLS data. So by the way, by having MLS data, you're going to be giving your current policyholders, your insureds, access to the MLS, and this is a private search. So we're not putting them in front of other lenders or real estate agents to get poached. This is going to be your private search. It's a Zillow experience type look and feel, and you are the professional that's providing this private search to your clients. Very interesting. So now they're going to be poking around, looking at properties, and when they do, for example, if I was interested in one of these properties, let's just say it's this one, it's going to let the realtor that did the previous transaction know that they're interested in a home. All right. So that's, to me, is very interesting in and of itself. So that real estate kind of ecosystem gives you a chance to put your current clients back into the hands of the realtor that did a transaction with them in the past. Same goes for financial aspects. So if I want to, mess around with the calculator and see what it looks like if I was to spend more each month to save money on my current loan, I can actually learn more about how that calculator looks. And every time I click on a button or use any of these modules, it's going to let my lender know, or the lender they worked with in the past, I should say, based on public records, that they're doing this, that they're interested in learning more about their current loan or a future loan based on refinances, any market trends, things going on in the mortgage industry, right? So again, you're putting your current clients back into the hands of the professional they worked with in the past. The client has control over the professionals they work with as well, meaning if I didn't like my lender, I didn't like my real estate agent in the past, they can ask for another professional recommendation, which is the ones that you have. This is just very interesting insights here. I'm going to speed this up to the part that I find very interesting, which would be the agent dashboard here. This is going to be that look and feel from your side, and kind of expedite to this partner intel feature. This is a tab within the agent dashboard that is going to allow you to research lenders and real estate agents based on their transactions. So now I'm in this partner intel tab. I can add a location that says, hey, I'm in Denver. I want to add Denver specific loan officers here. I'm going to go ahead and search more criteria based on transaction period, like how many transactions have they done in 14 months, maybe a minimum of 12 transactions in that 14 months, et cetera. There's a lot of filters here. Once I apply that filter, I'm now going in and finding a specific individual that I want to potentially work with. I can see all their real transactions and data that's coming from public record that we're pulling. And then I can go in and actually see the individual statistics for that individual, right? So I'm looking at Beth's transactions specific to the actual address and date that closed. Is my current lender that I work with, Beth, sending me all the business they say they do? Is this person someone who I want to work with or not? Maybe I don't work with Beth. Maybe I want to give Beth a call. We provide the phone number, the email for Beth. You can push this individual into your CRM and send drip campaigns on your own. All of this stuff is very interesting because you have real data to work off of. We're going to be adding a tab here that's going to say clients in common. That tab is going to show you who you have clients in common with. Maybe it's 5, 10, 15 of your current clients who you have done business with as well with Beth. So that is all the insights that we're going to be providing you, the insurance agent, to do a lot of research on professional network, your professional network, whether it be real estate or loan officers. So shared a ton with you on all of those insights. What I'm going to be doing is I'm putting in the chat right now a link.
Put your email in there too.
Yeah, so that link,
Yeah.
yeah, I will do that. The link I just threw in the chat is going to allow you to sign up for your individual property. So for your home that you have for your house. And that's going to allow you to start receiving those monthly emails that everyone in here was pumped up about. So you can see the experience from a consumer standpoint. What I'm going to do from that point is if you go sign up for those monthly digests, I know you're curious about HomeBot. I'm going to select 5 of you to get access to our trial period, a 60-day trial period where you're going to go in and be able to get access to the portal, be able to upload maybe a sample size of clients to start sending out your home digest to your clients, right? So now you can feel what that looks like to engage with clients, to see who your mutual clients are with other professionals, and be able to search that partner intel feature and use that.
Andy, does it work for commercial real estate as well?
It does not. This is a residential real estate right now. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So that's kind of the gist of where we're at right now. Again, we're introducing this product to the industry. We're fresh off that strategy, officially going to market here in the next 45 days. So you guys would get that first look and feel. So I'll hand it back over to you, Ryan. Thanks for the opportunity to chat with everyone.
Awesome. And Alan was asking if there's going to be some interactions points with GloveBox. So what we're scoping right now is a couple modules that can live inside of your mobile apps and your client portal that you can activate. So if you're working with HomeBot, you can activate them, and essentially the monthly digest emails would turn into, if they have the mobile app downloaded, your mobile app, you'll get push notifications. So that monthly home value would show up as a push notification coming from you, drive them into your mobile app. Now they can click on that widget inside of your mobile app or again, your client portal, and they can go on to that customized page. So not only will it deliver those timely monthlies, we'll tap into that, but they can go in and click on it whenever they want inside of your GloveBox experience. So that's kind of the initial touch points that we're looking at right now with HomeBot. So then again, really amplify your clients' monthly interactions with your experience inside GloveBox. So
looks like about 7 of you have already signed up for that digest. Good stuff. Definitely keep going in there. And again, I'll select 5 and reach out to you for that access.
I bet you can't not click on the email when you get it. You have to. All right, cool. Thank you, Andy.
Yep. Good to see you.
Yep. Moving ahead. Real quick, I'm going to breeze through this because this is actually super easy, and you can get with your GloveBox customer success manager to help with this. But you can now connect Policy Assist to your existing CRM so that it can essentially take the digest that gets emailed to your team that copies your policyholder and ingest that into your CRM and automatically create a ticket in your service pipeline. So again, client submits the form, we still send the email, copies the customer, your CRM would ingest that email, create the ticket automatically in your service ticket pipeline, and boom, you're off and running. Very, very easy to do this. I am going to show you how to do this in our CRM to start, but you can also do this in CRMs like Agency Zoom, makes it very easy. So inside of our CRM, and I'll move this out of the way. Perfect. Over here on the right-hand side, you're going to see the menu up on the top right. You're going to say edit agency, and I timed out. Let me log back in. That's security. All right. Edit agency. Going to pop over here to customizations. And right here is going to be your service email. This is your service email that is tied to your service ticket pipeline in our CRM. You're going to grab that email. So you're going to copy that email, or if you know it, then you just know it and you don't have to come in here. But again, if you want to verify that this is the one you're using, you go grab it. Then you're going to go pop into GloveBox HQ. You're going to go over to agency details. You're going to go into your policy assist configurations. And let's say I want to use that email for all my personal lines policy assist workflows. So under the email configurations here, I'll do this little drop down. I'll do a custom email. I'll pop that email in and I'll hit save. That's it. That's all you have to do. Very, very easy. I know I made that too simple. A couple of things uh, that we are working on right now. So for our CRM, Outlook is live. So if you're using Outlook, and again, you have both our CRM and our client side experiences as part of your product package, you can go do this right now and we'll be ingesting those tickets immediately. We are working on Gmail right now. There's a little bit of a configuration that we need to make. This should be done and live by next week. So Gmail should be all set and ready to go by next week. Outlook is ready to rock and roll right now. You can do this in Agency Zoom right now. You can go grab that email and configure it, but it is super, super easy. Again, we try to make things as easy as possible here at GloveBox. So if you have any questions on that, please reach out to your customer success manager and they can help you configure. But again, hopefully we made it super simple. Moving ahead, let's run down some of the product updates. So again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this call, we continue to refine Policy Assist. We've got some really good feedback from agencies so far, and so we've already made a lot of updates. Please keep sending that feedback in because we're iterating fast. We really want to make these forms amazing, out of the box, everything you guys need, ready to rock and roll. You don't have to engineer anything, make it very simple. So one of the things we did is for the vehicle update. So if they need to add a vehicle or remove a vehicle, we have also made an option for add and remove on one form. So, hey, I traded in vehicle X for vehicle Y, right? So I need to remove a vehicle, I need to add a vehicle. Now they can do that all in one workflow, make that very simple for the customer. So easy breezy there. We added the additional information box to every form. So now a client, if they have additional details that they need to send you, they can do this on every form. Make that very easy. We removed some of the restrictions on the required fields inside of some of the forms when the policy number for some reason isn't coming through. For some reason, if there's an instance where it's not available in your AMS data, but the client still wants to submit a request. Before we were making policy number required, which is silly. Nobody has that. So we've removed those restrictions just to make it a lot easier for the client. So now they can add what they have, but if nothing's required, they can give you as much detail. And again, that's only if the policy isn't showing for some reason. If the policy is showing, it's pretty easy. They select it and they're off and running. And then we also added a few state-specific requirements on vehicles. So odometer is required in California, so we added that. And then you'll see there that little checkbox here for New York for their license plate number. So if they click that little box, we'll grab their license plate number for our friends out of New York. So again, some state-specific things as well. So reiterate, if you guys have other improvements that you'd like to see, send them in. We can make these adjustments pretty quickly. We want to make these things, again, super simple, out of the box, ready to rock and roll. So some nice policy assist updates there. Let's talk quickly about the Better Agency CRM. This is now becoming the GloveBox CRM. And we are doing a ton of enhancements to the GloveBox CRM. So what improvements can you expect to see over the coming weeks? One of the big ones is you're going to see a complete brand refresh of the look and feel. So logos, colors, fonts, and overall design. I'll kind of give you a quick sneak peek of what that looks like. So this is going to be the new login screen of the CRM. Got like nice interaction points that we've added, but again, it's all branded to GloveBox. We also added this little message here, just reminding everybody why this has changed. Hey, we acquired Better Agency, and now this is becoming the GloveBox CRM. We are making updates to the data importer because we want to make this easier to use. Every CRM importing data is cumbersome. It just is. You got to have specific fields, maps a specific way. We struggle with it with HubSpot. Agency Zoom is the same. We want to try to make the importer as easy as possible. So we are making updates to the importer that you're going to see in the coming weeks. And essentially that'll be split up for customers, prospects, and prior clients, aka X dates. So that's something that we're working on right now. And then we're also adding some brand new GloveBox marketing campaigns to clients. And essentially what this is these are pre-built engagement campaigns to get people to not only adopt your client-side experiences, so download the mobile app, get inside the client portal, but reminding them on things they can do inside the product. Hey, this is where you can pay bills. This is where you can submit service requests. This is how you can refer us out. This is where you can start the quoting experience, right? All of those things will now be available in some brand new marketing campaigns. And some of them will be pre-built inside of your welcome campaigns inside of the CRM. So again, kind of tying those ends together so that you can continue to amplify the usage of the client-side technologies. So when will you start seeing these updates go live? Hopefully starting tomorrow. We're going to send out an email to everybody as well. I want to make sure it hits everybody's email before we start sending this out. I don't want people to hit the login screen and they're like, what is this? So we are going to be sending out an email. Once that email lands, we're going to start these rollouts. The one thing I can tell you is nothing about the structure of the CRM is going to change. So the way you're operating it now is going to be identical. We're not changing that. So you're not going to come in and see a completely different experience. It's just going to be the brand refresh, the colors, and some of these nice updates as we continue to evolve that platform. So again, you can see these updates happening as early as tomorrow with our new login screen. Quick reminder, if you don't have the GloveBox CRM yet, reach out to your customer success manager. This is an amazing technology. You can see how we're starting to connect the dots with your client-side experiences. It's got all of the campaigns, the broadcasts, the pipelines, everything you want in a really nice pre-built CRM. You don't need an engineer to set it up, which is beautiful. So again, if you don't have the CRM yet, definitely reach out to your CSM and they can walk you through the process of getting up and running. So perfect. Moving ahead, quick reminder, we now have the Applied Epic enhanced documents. This is now available. So for all of our Applied Epic customers, this is now available for you to upgrade to. Here's what it does as a reminder. It's going to connect to your Applied Epic SDK to automatically pull client documents and surface them to your customers in GloveBox. So we'll grab them out of the client file in Epic. We'll automatically pull them into GloveBox and serve them up to your clients. We can do this a couple of different ways. You can do it based on the checkbox in Epic where they're client accessible, or we can create better automation if you want to really make this process streamlined. So there's a couple of different ways that we can get that set up based on your liking. One thing I will mention is if you're kind of squirrely about the documents you have inside of Epic, like, hey, we need to do a better job of that, you can easily set it up with having that control of making it client accessible as you kind of improve that process internally of getting those documents in Epic. So that is really a nice way to kind of ease into it without having that fear of, hey, we don't want to share documents that we're just not sure about. So that'll give you guys the control. This is also going to pull all of the motor vehicle data for all of your clients. And it's going to automatically feed that into our brand new auto ID card creator. And we're going to create ID cards for every customer and serve them up into GloveBox. That's fully automated. And they're also branded to your agency. So we try to keep it really bespoke and make sure that your brand is front and center throughout the experience. Huge value of this product. It automates providing documents to customers. No more calls, emails, or texts asking for documents and ID cards, and no need to manually upload docs into GloveBox. It's all automated, which is beautiful. How do you learn about this upgrade? Just like the CRM, connect with your customer success manager, and they can talk you through how this works and get you on the list to get this upgrade connected today. When will this feature be available for other AMS? We are currently building this exact same structure for our other AMS customers as we speak. So these capabilities are going to be expanding over the coming months for our other AMS customers. So stay tuned. We'll have more updates out. We're currently building 2 more right now that are going to be out here pretty quick. So again, these exact capabilities are going to be out for our other AMS agencies as well. So perfect. Let's talk about our upcoming releases real quick. You guys have kind of heard about some of this stuff. We've talked about it the past couple months. I just want to make sure that we're getting ready for these product launches because there are some big products about to drop with our platform. And I want to make sure everybody understands how this is going to work and how these things are going to be rolled out. So the first one, I've talked about it in the past, is my absolutely favorite product we've ever built. It's the embedded marketplace. It's the complete digital shopping experience for your referrals, your current customers, right inside of your mobile apps and your client portal. Again, I'm a greedy agent and I love this, love it. You can see how it's going to tie to other things. You know, the HomeBot experience, getting them inside your mobile app every month. Now they see the marketplace, they see the referral piece. It all kind of comes together. So just some quick specs of this. It's going to be 60 plus policies, full data capture flows out of the box, just like Policy Assist. You don't have to do any sort of building your own forms, anything like that. Everything is going to be out of the box, day one, ready to rock and roll. We know you guys have better things to do than build all this stuff and connect it. That's why you hired us. This is what we do. You're also going to be able to customize it with your own intake technology or other quote to bind partners that you may have. We'll talk about that in a minute. When will this product be available to my agency? You're going to start seeing this coming live by the end of next month. Here's how this is going to work. So we are going to launch personal lines first. So personal lines will come live first, and then commercial lines is going to be a very fast follow. So we'll have personal lines out and in market, and then commercial will be right behind it. And a reminder, commercial is going to be in 3 segments, and you're going to have small commercial, middle market, and large commercial. But that's going to be the order of operations. So personal first, commercial will be a very quick follow. Right after that, it'll be good because we can get immediate feedback on personal lines while we're getting ready to launch the commercial side of the house. So that is how that's going to work. How can you configure the embedded marketplace? We're going to have full trainings on this, so I'm not expecting you to take all this in right now. This is just more of a tee up. You're going to be able to choose which segments of business you want to promote. So again, we've got personalized, you have commercial SMB, commercial middle market, and commercial large. What if you want an entire segment of business turned off? Say, hey, I don't want to promote personal lines, or I don't want to promote small business commercial because I don't want to do it. You're going to be able to message your customer success manager, and they will get that piece turned off for you instantly. So it'll be very easy for them to turn it off if you really don't want it. I would highly recommend what we used to do is, hey, if I didn't write a piece of business, I would go get a referral partner that I can send business to and share leads. You can easily add their email on the configuration menu as well as your own. So you can see these leads coming through, but it'll automatically hit their desk, which is a really nice thing. So let's say you don't do commercial insurance and you have a partner that does it, but they send you all the personal lines, add their email on the commercial side of the house. You'll see those leads going over to them, but you don't have to touch a thing. So again, that'd be my recommendation as opposed to turning them off, because your clients are consumers, they have needs and they want them met. But again, completely up to you guys how you want to configure it. And we can turn segments off if you'd like. Some of the configurations that are going to be available through this menu, you're going to be able to plug in any current intake technologies you're using for specific policy types. So again, if you're using Canopy Connect for home and auto insurance or commercial, you can plug it in. Maybe you're using Salt, or maybe you're using Indio or Broker Buddha for your middle market or large commercial. You're going to be able to add those on demand. So you can plug all those technologies in. Again, we're implementing them instantaneously into the workflows and surfacing them to your prospects and current customers. So this thing is highly configurable. You're also going to be able to plug in your quote to bind partners. I always use the example of pet insurance. If you don't have a pet insurance partner, I'd go get one, because you can easily plug that in here. And every time your clients want pet insurance, we're going to populate it right in the products. They can buy pet insurance. You make money. You have more policies in force with the client. It's all good. You're going to be able to configure your team members that receive specific requests. So it could be a VA. Hey, these people handle personalized. These people handle commercial. Just like Policy Assist, you can select where these quote requests go. And just like Policy Assist, you can connect these requests to your existing CRM. So just like I showed you on Policy Assist, you can do the exact same thing for your sales requests through the embedded marketplace. And that can tie either into your GloveBox CRM or Agency Zoom or whatever it is you may be using. So again, all of those configurations will be available. So moving ahead, Andy took a little bit more time, so I'm going to take a little bit more time. So if you want to jump off, great, but I'm going to keep going. So first kind of Policy Assist request pipeline in HQ. So this is where, when a client creates a Policy Assist ticket, we send the email digest. We're building our own service ticket pipeline right in HQ. Now you're going to say, hey, if I'm using the CRM for GloveBox, why would I need your ticket pipeline? The reason why is eventually we're going to be sunsetting our CRM and we're bringing that all into one product. And so that's why we're doing this. We're going to ease you guys into it. Now, if you're using our CRM for service tickets, you can toggle this off in HQ. So you can say, hey, I don't want to use this just yet. And you can toggle it off. And then once we start kind of bringing you over to the single product, you can turn it right back on and it's ready to rock and roll. But essentially what this is going to do is it's going to automatically create and assign tickets. You can also assign them. You can execute on them. You can close them. You're going to be able to communicate internally with the team, leaving notes. You're going to be able to leave public replies to the customers. You can literally have conversations right on the ticket with the client. They're going to be able to communicate directly on the ticket. You're going to be able to copy this entire digest and put it into your client file and in your AMS. You're going to ask, hey, when are we going to automate that in your AMS? That is on our roadmap. We want to be able to create a client activity and automate that. So that is on our roadmap. That's where we're going. Target launch date for this is going to be end of July to early August. So I get that 50-day leeway. We're building the marketplace and this at the same time. And they're both really big products. But my target right now is end of July to get this first cut out. So really excited about this one. Same thing on the embedded marketplace side of the house. We're going to be building our own sales pipelines in HQ. Same thing. You can create, assign, execute, close tickets. You can assign them. You can communicate directly on it. Target date for this one is going to be end of August. And you can kind of see what we're doing here. We're building all of these cool CRM capabilities directly in products. It's going to be slick. And again, I remind you that nobody has that in the industry where they've got the CRM capabilities and the front end mobile apps, client portals. You got the full piece all in one place. That's how we tighten this up and really make it nice for your clients and your team. So that is that. Lastly, some additional enhancements that I'm working on right now with the product team and engineering. We're going to be adding SMS to the client invite in HQ. This has been highly requested. So this will allow agencies to now invite their clients via email and or SMS. Right now, it's just email. So we're going to add that SMS piece. My target date for this is next month to get this out. Next thing is going to be, we're going to build a full client invite menu in HQ. I've actually talked about this in the past. Now we're going to execute on this. Essentially, this will allow your agency team to deploy invites for all of these different instances for the customer. So you're going to have your normal invite that you do now. You're going to have a re-invite. So, hey, I invited you 6 months ago. I don't have it well placed on my website, which we're going to fix that. And you need to re-invite the client. Hey, here's where you can come back in as a reminder. So send the re-invite if they call you for something. You'll be able to send them an invite to download the mobile apps. You're going to be able to send them invites for all of the policy assist requests. So, hey, they call in to change a vehicle. You can say, hey, I can take the info now and create a ticket on the marketplace. Or, hey, I can just send you a text of the link and you can go fill it out and send it to me if it's faster. So you'll be able to deploy those. Billing requests. Hey, you need to pay a bill and it's with Travelers. Cool. Let me send you a link through our mobile app and it'll take you right through that flow, right in product. It'll give you your policy number. It'll take the client through. Very simple, right? Claims requests with a carrier. Hey, you need to make a claim with Progressive. Cool. I just shot you a link. You can do it right in our mobile app or right in our client portal. And quote requests, you're going to be able to build quote requests based on the marketplace. So if they say, hey, I want a home and auto quote, you can say, hey, I can take the info now. I can create it on my pipeline, or I can send you, I can text you or email you a link, and you can fill in the info. You can upload your deck pages, all of that stuff. So again, your team is really going to be interactive in deploying any of these types of invites based on the client need, and this is how we train 100% of your client base on how to use the product. I'm really excited about this. It's going to really match workflows nicely. And then the last thing, well, not the last thing, but the last thing I wanted to comment on today is we're going to be adding the ability to add contacts onto an account. So if Carlos is my policy holder, but Carlos wants to add his spouse and 2 kids, we want to give you guys and the policy holder the ability to add contacts and invite them. And so that is something that we're going to be deploying as well. I've got a target date of September on that one. just makes sense. Same thing with a commercial account, right? We want to be able to add contacts on that commercial account or let the client do it, right? And manage that. So it's going to be both ways on that. Cool. That is it. I would apologize for going over, but I think the info was good enough to warrant that 5-minute overview. Hopefully you enjoyed Andy's segment on HomeBot. I mean, it's just cool technology. And I'm excited to tie it into the GloveBox experience. And I think it really makes our agencies a more well-rounded consultant, not just for insurance, but all of their financial needs, mortgage, real estate, and really some of the sexy things that people are interested, right? They want to go search for homes, things like that. And then again, reminder, if you want a website audit, reach out to your customer success manager. We can absolutely help you out with that, and really streamline that process. But again, we're going to be moving this to quarterly. It's going to be jam-packed. We're probably going to make it a bit longer. If you have any needs in the meantime, feel free to reach out. We always have our trainings available on GloveBox University. And we want to make sure that obviously you guys have everything you need to be successful. So thank you again and enjoy the rest of your week.